straight up nothing matters. At the end of the day, most of what you'll do will not affect the world for the future to come. This video isn't supposed to be negative or about depression. Literally, at the end of the day, nothing really matters, but in a good way. Not in the way that whatever you do doesn't matter, but in the way that if something bad happens, something embarrassing or humiliating, it doesn't matter. This world is so fixated on following rules, doing what the societal construct demands, forcing yourself to fit in and perform. But at the end of all of it, like the very end, what was the point? I decided to not write a script for this video, and I'll probably continue to do so for other videos. I want to feel genuine and heard, not a robot speaking off a piece of paper. And if it doesn't go well, or if I stutter and make mistakes, just like the topic of this video, it doesn't matter. Firstly, the reason why literally nothing matters is life is so short, and the world around you is so rapid and changing that most of the time, by the time you feel like you've done all of it and done everything you wanted to, you will have ran out of time entirely. I think a lot of people in this day and age just sort of chase for goals that take so long, and by the time that goal happens, they have missed out the time that they could have been doing something else. And by goals, I mean just things that don't really matter. And in the moment, while things feel like they do matter, they don't. I mean, for my personal experience, I moved out recently, and it was absolutely terrifying. I don't know why, but like in the moment, everything just seemed so real, and my problems just felt so serious. But now I just look back on it and it's just a mere memory. I mean, it's kind of funny to look back on now, nothing really happened, and where I am now is just where I am, and it's actually quite fun. I think life is just about making memories, not making money or climbing the job ladder. So many people are just so focused on trying to do things that just really don't matter in life. Obviously, they matter, like job and money and all of that is important, it matters. But people just focus on the wrong things. A lot of people forget to just live in the moment and just enjoy the time you have. Making memories, I think, is one of the most important things. You'll talk to most people that are over 60 or 50s or even 70 and 80, and you'll ask them what was their favorite time to be alive? And 9 times out of 10, they will just say how much they miss their younger years and how they would love to go back and just not follow the rules. Most of them went down the same ladder of get a good job, find a husband, settle down, buy a good car and all of that stuff. But there's so much more you could be doing than trying to chase a job and money and a good car. In my example, I really just don't care about money at all. Obviously money is nice, it gives you opportunities to do things, but there's just more important things I could be doing. Money doesn't really matter. When I die, that money doesn't really matter to me anymore or to anyone else. What's the point? To me, the only thing that's really important is the memories I make. When I die, or towards the end of my death, that'll be the only thing I'm really thinking about, is the life I've had, not the money I made. I also think life is just too short to care about what others think. So many people get so worked up on expectations and how they should act around others and do what others think they should be doing. But why? It just doesn't matter. People will just ask of something for you. No, that's not right. People will ask you to do something all the time. And a lot of people will go out of their way to do it, even if it makes themselves uncomfortable. And why? I mean, I did that for a long time. I was in a friend group ages ago that just wasn't really enjoyable. And I don't know why I was still in it. I kind of forced myself. I was super manipulated into being a horrible person for a little bit of time. And at the end of it, they literally cut me out and just stopped talking to me anyway. None of it really mattered. I look back on it now and I regret it. Yeah, sure, I wouldn't have talked to those people and I wouldn't have made those memories, but I did make those memories. And none of it mattered. And I am happy that I made those memories. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but that's sort of where my headspace is. I think this world just makes everyone afraid of failure. Social media is one of the biggest problems. You'll see all the success of others and then they'll tell you how to be successful. And when you feel like you're not like them, you'll often feel like you've failed. I'm especially like that. I compare myself so much that I sometimes forget who I am, and it's actually horrible. It's one of the things I wish I could just stop doing. I think so many people are like that. It's another reason why I'm making this video. It's one of the big topics of just none of it matters. It just doesn't matter in a good way. Why should I care what others are doing, and why should I try and feel like I can reach their expectations? It doesn't matter. I think a lot of people are scared of failure because of hate, or just as well as pressure from others. People are either just bullied or taken the mick out of, and others just sort of make you feel like you should be doing something that you're not doing right now. And it's horrible. Again, It doesn't matter, and why do most other people care? I mean, if someone takes the mick out of me or is horrible to me, why do I care? If someone does it to you, why do you care? Like, deep down, obviously it feels terrible in the moment, but in the long term, in 10 years, you might just forget that moment entirely. It's such a strange, bizarre thing that every second we feel so real, and if someone hates you in that second, or if something embarrassing happens, or if someone's horrible to you, it almost feels overwhelming. Well, it does for me, but why? It just doesn't matter. The next morning, I'll just wake up and be like, oh, that was a funny experience. Like the other day, we were driving somewhere, and we accidentally overtook when we weren't meant to, and someone just opened the window and yelled at us, calling us an idiot. And at the moment it was like, oh my god, what the hell? What did we do wrong? Obviously we did something wrong, but it doesn't matter. And then afterwards, I just completely forgot about it. I think in life, a lot of people just won't remember the things you do wrong, or the things that don't really matter in the sense of like embarrassments or failure. People only just remember you for what you are as a good person. Obviously, if you're a horrible person, people remember you for being a horrible person. But if you make one small mess up, or you make one small mistake, people won't remember you for that most of the time. People are more likely to remember someone off their good traits than their bad traits. Most people only notice your success and not really your failure. In 10 years, like, most embarrassing situations you've had just turn to myth in storytelling. It's so interesting, people only care about like momentary hype and not long-term things. I think that's why your future goals and what you do to be better is more important to people. It's that momentary hype and not that long-term thing. But that also goes for your embarrassments and your failures. People just don't care. Like, it's such a short, small moment, and it just doesn't matter. I honestly think, like, we just shouldn't care as much. I mean, this is so hypocritical of me. I feel horrible. I hope if you're watching this, you don't just like think, what is this guy on about? Why is he yapping? Like, he's got no direction. He's just saying shit. Or should I swear? Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I swear. But yeah, I just feel like people just shouldn't care as much. If something happens, I tend to just laugh it off now. Well, I try to. Obviously, that's harder said than done. But in like the long term of things, when something happens bad, I always try to put my head in the space of like, okay, in the next 10 years, will this matter? And if it will, then obviously it's harder to overcome. And that's not really the point of this video. But if it's something just so momentarily, just not important and just so vaguely forgetful, you just try and laugh it off a lot of the time. I mean, if something's like digging away at you and making you uncomfortable, even to this day, like if it happened years and years and years ago, at the end of your life, you will probably just like forget about it. I mean, when you're on your deathbed, you don't tend to remember most of the horrible things you do. I mean, you do, that's just part of being human. But most people just remember their memories, not their mistakes. They always look to the things they were happy to do. And if you just made your life a worry about what you haven't done, then obviously at the end of the life, you're going to be like, oh shit, I wish I'd done something better. I mean, when I was making this video, I'm like absolutely terrified. This is like the first time I've gone off script and you've just heard me for who I am. And I've already made so many mess ups, but like, just doesn't matter. If people watch this, which they probably won't, awesome. You've watched through and listened to me just say absolutely nothing amountful ever. But if you haven't, and you won't even see it if you haven't watched it, again, it doesn't matter. I'm enjoying doing this. I'm just sort of talking off my head. Also, it's just a skill thing. Like, I'm getting better at it anyway. Oh no, I'm on a tangent again. Nothing matters. I don't really know what I'm trying to say in this video. I tried to make a video just talking about like how everything small just doesn't really matter in life. And the big things also won't really matter, but in a good way. Like, at the end of your life, the only thing that matters is the memories you've made. And in your last moments, they'll be the most enjoyable things ever. I think that people focus too much on in the moment of something that isn't really important, when at the end of it, all your choices and everything just don't matter at all. But again, it's in a good way. You could spend your whole life chasing jobs and money, fame or attention, or even something more personal like the perfect body or perfect lifestyle. But in my experience, while those are good goals to chase for, it shouldn't matter if you don't succeed. You can always try again until you can't. So nothing really matters, whether it's success or failure, as long as you're living the life you want and enjoying every second. I hope this video wasn't too negative. I just wanted to express my opinion on why nothing in life really matters and how it's a good thing. I'm sorry if it's a bit of a yap and if you got bored. I'll probably get better as I go on. This is just sort of like a test video to see how far I can go without a script. If you enjoyed and actually like to listen to me talk, maybe you could subscribe. I'll try and get better as I go on throughout my time on YouTube. And if I don't, I'm still enjoying it, and that's all that matters to me. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and peace.